On behalf of the board of Wings and as chairman, we are very excited to be here with you today to celebrate the 4th WINGSForum. It's nearly 4 years since we met on the banks of Lake Como in Italy. And since then, much has changed. WINGS was formed in 1999. Last night, I got the impression it was 98, but it means the beginning was hazy. But it's more firm now. It has now taken a new shape as an independent organization incorporated in the US as 501c3.
Thank you very much for coming to Istanbul, all the way to Istanbul. It's a great honor for us to host you. Dear ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, friends, it's our utmost pleasure to host the 2014 WINGSForum here in Istanbul. Considering the current social and economic crisis that the world is going through, institutional giving practices from different countries will not only create an excellent environment for discussion, but it will also provide inspiration for institutions in Turkey to reshape their understanding of philanthropy.
As the chair of the WINGSForum 2014 Program Committee, it's really a pleasure to welcome all of you, along with Atalla, along with Professor Ushtun, to our meeting. This is an amazing room full of professionals in our field. We expected to have from 180 to 200, you're over 250, who have reconfirmed to us our belief that WINGS and the time to think about global networks of connection in philanthropy have really come of age.
One more time, welcome to the WINGSForum. And you know, I'm really thrilled to be here and very honored. And attending my very first peer learning event back in 2001 in Mexico City, I didn't even thought I would be on the stage of WINGSForum number 4. And I'm really honored and privileged. And to tell you a small secret, I always wanted to add some special title to my family name. And now I have this MC, it will be me. But before we go and start our plenary, which is going to be in a couple of minutes, I would like to introduce you to some housekeeping moments for you to be orienting better in the conference day today.
The fact that despite all of our efforts to nurture civil society all around the world, nurture an independent, robust, healthy civil society, the evidence suggests that the space in which civil society operates and functions almost in every country of the world is shrinking in some way. In some places, we're not allowed to tweet. In many places, activists are arrested. In some places, foreign funding restrictions have been introduced. I could go on, but I think the key question for us at Civicus is, how do we together, as alliances like ours or funders like yourselves, sort of win the war and not just the battles? How do we nurture and preserve that civic space, that infrastructure that keeps civil society functioning across the world?
Why do we need networks? Well, I think of networks in some ways as filling in and helping us actually meet some of our human needs, right? The organizations are great, but they keep you siloed, and really this is a great experience today. We want to connect across networks. There's that human need for actually connecting across barriers that are organizational.
Unconstitutional, and then it goes against the European Court of the European Rights Conventions and so forth, and we'll have to see how things unfold. But I think one of the major issues that I think a lot of countries in the Arab region, but not only the Arab region, Turkey and other countries where we're seeing a lot more of this restricted space being restricted virtually.
So that means if you wanted to search through the tax documents of all the foundations in the US to find information, you'd be dealing with 3,880,000 pages of text material, none of which is in digital form.
Obviously. There are some differences in the tendencies of membership organizations and support organizations either to focus on promoting philanthropy on the one hand or promoting social change on the other. with support organizations being a little bit more likely to promote social change, and most membership organizations focused on promoting philanthropy.
I will have the pleasure and the honor to moderate this session in which we will address how Turkish foundations are adopting themselves.
Developed a new strategic framework, and based on this new strategy, the programs department was founded and a grant program was launched. And we are the first Turkish private foundation to launch a grant program in Turkey.
Place now in our organization. In the 30 plus years, the foundation was active has been active in education and health, nearly spending $500 million in today's in actual terms.
Repeat another story of what we have done, but I must say that now it's been about 18 years I've been working in the foundation sector in Turkey, and I have really noticed that there's quite a big difference from where we started and where we have come now, though there is still a long way to go.
India. Now, Dhaval's wife is due to give birth imminently, and in the scheme of things, he decided it might be better to stay behind for that. But we'd like to congratulate him in his absence.
Social resource to do the better project and to do the interaction with common people. I think that this is...
Years ago, this group of you all in the room weren't gathering together. There was no emerging markets philanthropy in many parts of the world. So it does seem that there's a sort of, this is a cyclical discussion which needs to be had in different parts of the world.
On the one hand, there is a civil society in Brazil that is lacking vibrancy because not only the small organizations, but the medium-sized organizations and the larger organizations are facing several challenges to keep going.
Let me just give you sort of, I'll just jump on 6 broad trends. And the first is that philanthropy in the world of individual philanthropy, high net worth individuals, has grown tremendously in both size and in diversity. It has also grown younger.
By actually making the point, look, we need to be transparent about what's happening, and then using that to actually ask questions. And possibly also, starting to encourage a public discussion about what's happening.
Give to their preferred cause. So actually, they feel pretty comfortable because the bank already knows their assets. And it's a service that is provided for free to them. And we're not going to push them into do this or do that. We're really going to help them reach their aspirations.
Signed, Helena Montero. So I place this into evidence as an effort to bribe the prosecution.
Noted.
Although it's a lovely book and fruit, thank you very much.
Foundations in Britain. The Council of Foundations in America has done important work in cross-border philanthropy and in a new legislation on giving.